My name is David Harrison Greis. Welcome to the Greis Report, your unfiltered daily voice for truth. Tonight, I want to really raise the alarm, and I can't stress this enough. If you have been sitting on the sidelines, this is not the time to be sitting any longer. This is the time to get active, to find your local response groups and organizations and get involved. So Trump has unilaterally declared war, essentially, on crime. Now, while that sounds good, we're going to get into why it's really not. So number one, first, he unilaterally declared war without going through Congress. That's a big problem because Congress is the only one that can grant war powers. It needs to be a system of checks and balances, which we no longer have. And Congress isn't even stopping him at this point in time, at least not to my knowledge. And now he's saying that we're at war with drug traffickers and narco-terrorists in the Caribbean. So the strikes on the boats, he's claiming that's part of this conflict. And the words that he used were, and this comes from a memo that AP News obtained from the White House and from the Pentagon. The president of the United States has determined that the United States is in a non-international armed conflict. I'm going to stress that word, non-international. What does that mean? That means domestic. So what's going on in Chicago right now, they're going after what they're calling Tren de Aragua and all these other groups. But really, they're just indiscriminately abducting people while claiming that these people are criminals. There's no evidence. What they're storming in the city, and right after Trump said that he's going to be training, using the training grounds of our cities, basically using them as training grounds, like, I'm sorry, but none of this really sits well with me, and I am almost certain that we can say for sure that he's currently using Chicago as a training ground to target other cities in the future so that they can learn how to do this, because they don't have any training. They're throwing these ICE Gestapo out in 2 weeks. It's ridiculous and dangerous, and people are getting hurt, and yes, people have gotten killed. So we're going to really keep our eye on what happens here, and I ask all of you to start getting involved now, because the next step in this process is to declare martial law. That's the only place to go from here. So if you like what you're hearing tonight, please remember to like, subscribe, and down here we have an email address, thegreisreport@gmail.com. Again, that's thegreisreport@gmail.com. Please send us any tips, leads, story requests, any interactions that you have with the ICE Gestapo, with the National Guard, with the armed services, anything that's going on in your town that you feel that we should know and broadcast, please let us know. We are happy to share your story. Thank you to the over 175 subscribers that we currently already have. And please remember to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, and like this video so that we can continue pushing the news out, because that's all we really want to do. We're not getting paid for this. We're doing this because we want you to get the scoop. So let's continue. So to the end of what's going on in Chicago, two really important things are developing right now. So number one, we're going to be looking at a video. We're watching a video from CBS Chicago. Governor Pritzker of Illinois has basically stated that Trump is out of his mind. He's a freaking lunatic, and that we should invoke the 25th Amendment. For those of you not familiar with the 25th Amendment, it basically states that if a president is incompetent, this is a process legally for removing him from office. So let's listen to that now.
To Chicago.
Suggest that you're going to arrest people, or that people don't deserve to be U.S. citizens when they are. Just because they oppose the President of the United States. I mean, there is something genuinely wrong with this man, and the 25th Amendment ought to be invoked.
Sparring continues, as does the planning for which set of 100 military troops are Illinois bound to help protect ICE agents and facilities as requested by the Department of Homeland Security.
So if what Governor Pritzker is saying is accurate, and we know that it is, then the 25th Amendment should be invoked. But who's going to do it? Somebody needs to get the process started. Somebody needs to get the ball rolling. And Governor Pritzker, since we know that you're on top of this, why don't you get this process going? Why don't you start rallying the votes and getting everything together? Start helping us get this man out of office, because we are all suffering. I'm not from Chicago. I'm from New York City, but we stand with you. And our governor here in New York City is not doing a thing. Eric Adams, the mayor, is not doing anything. Governor Hochul, she's saying a lot, but I don't see her actually doing anything. So we need somebody to step up and help us, because there's nobody else out there to help us right now. And the last thing I'm going to close on. So the ICE Gestapo are now not just targeting people of color, not just targeting immigrants, not just targeting activists. They raided a homeless shelter, a shelter for the unhoused in Bronzeville. in Chicago. They're going after the homeless. They're going after the mentally ill. They're going after the autistic people like me. They're going after the immigrants. Who's going to be left to stand when they're coming for you? Now is the time to get involved. Do not wait. This must be a wake-up call to everybody that we are in danger in America. We are in grave danger. We are one step away from a totalitarian empire, and we must rise and crush that empire. My name is David Harrison Greis. Thank you for watching the Greis Report, and welcome to the Resistance.